So that's what we will do, but he's going into custody today. And I know you may think it's wrong of me to put you in custody today, but guess what? Saturday is upon us. Thanksgiving is upon us. And everybody knows Thanksgiving, I grew up Thanksgiving watching the Cowboys play and shelling pecans. And probation, this is an application.
Yes.
Court is calling 2023 CR 3443, State of Texas versus Larry Everett Barry. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
Defense.
Kent Longacre for Mr. Barry.
Are you Mr. Barry?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
I have, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Barry, I'm showing you what's entitled application for probation. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? Showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Judge, except we're waiving the enhancement.
Any objection?
Not at all, Judge.
Mr. Barry, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent? Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights? And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Certainly have, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, ma'am, I believe he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Barry, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea? Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? Are you a U.S. citizen? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial, showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 16 months in the state jail facility. There's a $2,000 fine. State opposes your application, and there's to be restitution to the Bexar County Sheriff's Office for drug testing. Did you understand that to be the plea? Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand? Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State, any evidence?
Your Honor, I submit State's Exhibit 1 in the attachments.
No objection, Judge.
Showing you what's entitled wavering consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty. This will be set for sentencing on September 7th. The reason why it's such a long date is because there's a slight backlog. Probation, I'll need a PSI and a TAP.
Your Honor, excuse me, Your Honor.
Mhm.
I'm set for trial in the 144th beginning on September the 7th. Could it be another day?
Well, we'll see where we are because I don't know. It may be done sooner than that. So we'll just see where we are. We're going to keep the September 7th date. Then if you're in jury trial, then we'll move it to a different date.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. And I'm going to want a TAP evaluation. And you can do a referral to felony drug court. All right, Ms. Ferguson, we'll give you a reset form and we will see you back on the 7th. On September 7th, I'll make a decision on your application based upon the PSI report I received and any other evidence that's presented. All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
Maybe excuse.
After he signs the reset form.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Barry, if you'll come forward.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. And counsel, you're on the other side. All right, this is sentencing. And who is for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
All right, let me call the case. The court is calling 2023 CR 3443, State of Texas versus Larry Everett Barry. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
Canton Longacre for Mr. Barry.
All right, and are you Mr. Barry?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're here for sentencing. Oh, this is taking a while. He entered a plea on July 10th. Okay, I see why it was taking a while. Your attorney was unable to appear, and then we had to have a mental health evaluation to be completed.
That has occurred, Judge.
All right. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report state?
I did at the previous setting, Judge, and I believe, is it 16 months opposed? Is that what?
Yes.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
All right. Have you reviewed the PSI report?
We have, Judge.
Any objections to the PSI report state?
No
No, Your
objection,
Honor.
Your Honor.
Defense, any objection?
No.
All right. According to your plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 16 months in the state jail facility. There's a $2,000 fine. The state opposes your application, and there's to be restitution for drug testing. State, you're opposed. Do you have any witnesses?
No witnesses, Your Honor.
Defense, do you have any witnesses?
No, Judge, none other than Mr. Barry. He'd like to say a few words to you.
All right. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. Defense, you want to step back, please?
Shall I make a note?
That's okay. All right. Can you state your name for the record?
Larry Everett Barry.
All right. Do you want to ask your client questions?
A few, Mr. Barry. Excuse me, Mr. Barry, on paper, you don't look like a good candidate for probation. Can you tell the judge why now, today, you are a good candidate for probation?
Everyone, please whisper, or either you cannot talk.
Yes, I would like to have probation to change my life. I got a job. I'm trying to be a better person. I'm staying out of trouble. I'm not out there doing nothing to society, anything. I'm just trying to be a better man to my kids and all that. And my son's birthday this Saturday, and I'm trying to get this opportunity to just do right.
Do you understand, we went over it from the court. You understand that the recommendation is some mental health treatment that could run about 120 to 180 days.
Yes, sir.
And you want that mental health treatment?
Yes, sir.
You want to get your mental health issues resolved finally?
Yes, sir.
How about the chemical dependency end of it, the alcohol and drugs? Do you want to get that issue resolved?
Yes,
fully
sir.
and finalized?
Yes, sir.
So, and you do have a job now.
Yes, sir.
Who do you work for,
I
sir?
work for Sam's Burger Joint. I'm a cook there.
I understand. Anything further you want to add to the judge?
I hope I get the opportunity to get probation to get all the help I can through what I've been through and everything else.
Is it fair to say that what you've been through legally has been your responsibility? I mean, you caused it.
Yes, sir.
Agreed?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
All right, any questions?
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Barry, my name is Hank Wilkins. I'm a prosecutor here. I just have a few questions, and if you don't understand anything, okay, I don't understand that. I'll try and phrase it a different way.
Okay.
But you've been on probation before, right?
No.
You weren't on probation for theft in 2010?
I'll remember. I probably have, but.
All right, you want to show him his criminal history?
Yes, sir. So this is on page 2 of the TAP evaluation here. Did you go over this with your attorney, maybe the lag setting?
Yes.
So on page 2 here, this is in January of 2010. You got this theft, granted 6 months probation, and then it was revoked a couple of months later. Do you remember that?
No.
Okay. And then so that's a misdemeanor. But then do you recall in 2016 you were on probation for a felony assault family second offense? Do you remember this one?
Mm-hmm.
You don't? Okay. So you were granted 3 years deferred in 2017, and then you were revoked later in 2017. Do you remember that?
No, sir.
Okay. I believe there was another one out of state. Do you remember ever being on probation in Ohio?
I think so. I believe so, but I ain't been back in Ohio for years.
Okay. So it looks like you were granted 2 years of probation on a felony receiving stolen property in 2000. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
No, sir. Okay. Well, sir, it looks like you were revoked in 2002 for that. Do you remember that?
No.
No, sir. Okay. Looks like you had a domestic violence in 2003 that you got a year probation on. Do you remember that?
No, none of that.
Do you remember your probation was terminated later in 2004?
No.
No, sir. Okay.
And you're back home. God know who.
So can you tell the judge why, if you're given the opportunity this time, it's going to be different?
Yeah, if I get the opportunity to get probation this time, everything will be totally different. I'm a working person. I don't sell drugs. I don't do anything anymore. I'm more of a family man.
Okay, here's the thing. Don't do that thing about I don't sell drugs. I don't belong to a gang. You know why? Because I don't do drugs. I don't sell drugs. I don't belong to a gang. Half the people who are in here, well, I won't say half. I'd say a third. Like your attorney doesn't do drugs, sell drugs, or belong to a gang. So don't do that like you want a cookie for being a law-abiding citizen. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the state asks you about your criminal history. Do you remember going to prison?
Here in San Antonio?
No, just prison, period.
Yeah, I've been there. Back
All right, so why are you pretending like you don't know about this stuff?
Because I don't know about the probation. I ain't never in Ohio. I don't know. I just always been locked up.
No, there's an assault case here where you were on deferred adjudication and it got revoked and you went to prison. Are you trying to tell the court that you don't remember that?
And I can't remember because I was homeless at the time. I jumped from, I ain't had no place to stay.
No. But people will remember going before a judge and a judge saying, I'm no longer going to keep you on probation. I'm sending you to prison. You're telling me that you don't remember that.
No, because
that's odd.
I mean, I've been going through it like a hard time at the time. I don't really have no family here but my kids. I'm the only kid down here from Cincinnati with my mom.
No. You're jumping over talking about different things that I'm not talking about right now. We'll get to your children. You have been to the state jail facility before. You've been to prison before, and you're making it seem like you don't remember any of this. Counsel, you want to step back and talk to him and see if he remembers his criminal history?
Judge, we have talked about it, but we've also talked about his mental health conditions, unresolved mental health conditions, which include bipolar and major depression.
I mean, you can be
majorly.
majorly.
Penalty history. He's been under the influence a lot of the time during a lot of his life.
All right, you can be bipolar, but you know if you've been to prison before. You can be depressed, but I think you know if you've been to prison before. If I'm wrong, somebody tell me and say, Judge, you're wrong. People who have been majorly depressed don't remember going to prison. People who are bipolar don't remember going to prison. People who are the only person in a particular state or city with no family members don't remember going to prison, because he's just told the prosecutor, and if I'm wrong, let me know. He's just told the prosecutor he doesn't remember any of these charges.
I understood him to tell the prosecutor that he didn't remember the probation revocations, which he and I talked about. And I made a point of saying, you've not done well on probation before on a number of occasions. Why is it going to be different? Why in the world would this judge do anything different? But he acknowledged that to me, that he recalled the state jail incarceration as well as the TDC.
All right. If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
It will be dirty. I ain't gonna lie.
Dirty for what?
Marijuana
And what else?
and alcohol and I've been partying. Yeah.
Oh, what else? You say alcohol and I've been partying. So what else are you going to be dirty for?
Okay.
All right. And how often are you using cocaine?
Nah, not that much. It was like when I go to parties.
All right. Why are you going to parties and you're supposed to be so concerned about your children?
It was like football season and all that stuff. I go to places like that because I don't have cable at the home. I go to like friends' houses and all that.
And do drugs?
I don't choose to, but it just, if it's there, like we just, when we win, because I'm a Cincinnati Bengal fan. Like when we win, it just slang way like.
Well, that's rare because Cincinnati Bengals rarely win.
Yeah, but it just, that's my team. Just
no, I understand. All right. Is there anything else from either side?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Nothing further from us, Judge.
All right. You're going into custody today. This is what's going to end up happening. You can either go to the state jail facility or either you can go to inpatient treatment. Felony drug court, if they have a place available for you, then you will be at felony drug court. So do you prefer to go to the state jail facility, do your time of 18 months, or would you like treatment?
Treatment.
Okay.
Judge, if I may, excuse me. Yeah, because the recommendation is not.
Judge, Mr. Barry has already been evaluated for felony drug court. It does look like as of July 25th, 2023, he did meet criteria. However, he needed to be re-referred if he was granted supervision.
Yes. So that's what we will do. But he's going into custody today. And I know you may think it's wrong of me to put you in custody today, but guess what? Saturday is upon us. Thanksgiving is upon us. And everybody knows Thanksgiving, I grew up Thanksgiving watching the Cowboys play and shelling pecans. But those are just breeding grounds for you to go to somebody's house and end up doing drugs. And guess what? The last time you do drugs may be the last time you do drugs. And your family members who are in Cincinnati or wherever they may be will have to come down and identify your body, or either your children will have to identify your body. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to give you a chance. It's completely up to you what you do with it. And there was an application just for regular probation. So the court will sentence you to 16 months in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 2 years. There's to be a referral to felony drug court, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, proof of employment within 30 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. There's to be a referral to felony drug court. If not accepted, then he'll go to SATF. If SATF is not available, then it will be ISF, substantive abuse track. Substance abuse track, sorry. There's to be 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once he completes parenting classes, the 200 hours of community service restitution will be deemed to be satisfied. There's to be restitution to BCSO for drug testing. And let me see if we have an amount for that. State, do we have an amount for the drug testing?
It's usually $57, Judge.
But do we,
I think that's sort of what the standard. It's 57 for either SAPD or BCSO.
all right, we'll do restitution to BCSO for drug testing if submitted. And that needs to be submitted no later than December 18th, whatever their restitution is. Counsel, if there's an issue with their restitution amount, just let the court know.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to want field visits one time per month upon release. And that will be for 4 months. And then it can be at probation's discretion. Who are your children with now?
With their mama.
Okay. And is there child protective services involved? Okay. Probation, is there anything else he needs?
No, Your Honor. He criteria for ERS. I'm not sure if his mental health issues will disqualify him from status if drug court is not.
All right, then.
Excuse me, Judge, I had a question in that regard too. I understood you to say status first, and if.
No, felony drug court first.
I'm sorry, felony drug court first, have rejected their status. If rejected there, then the dual diagnosis.
No, then ISF. Since I know SATF will reject him then for the mental health, remove SATF from my order, and we'll try with ISF substance abuse track, and then if not, DDRF. And the reason why I'm doing that is because what is the wait time for DDRF?
Or it just depends on if the individual is stable on medication.
All right. So we'll try referral to felony drug court first. And then if you can try ISF substantive track and DDRF. And they will let you know what the wait time is for DDRF and what the wait time is for ISF substantive abuse track. Okay. All right. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. If you have you reviewed that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. So you have a drug problem. That's clear to the court. You have mental health problems. I do not know if your drug problem is caused by your mental health or not, but they'll be able to diagnose that for you once you're in the program. Do not be that person who gets a chance and then you continue to use. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. I got sick when I was in the prison. I got lung cancer.
Okay.
I spit up blood every day. Like,
Okay.
I'm trying to get help, but they won't be. I ain't got no insurance. I just filed for Social Security.
Okay, so here's the thing. I understand and I appreciate what you're telling me about your issues. One, I don't have any medical documentation of that. And two, how do you think your lung cancer is going with you using cocaine? And are you using cocaine by snorting it, inhaling it?
I snorted,
That's probably not good for your lungs. Do you understand?
but I filed for Social Security. I just got my papers back. So hopefully I get granted or I could get insurance to get the help, but they won't pay $3,000 for the surgery.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck to you. Okay. Thank you. Court is calling 2023 CR 3443 State of Texas versus Larry Everett Barry. Can I have the parties announced for the record for the state? Defense.
Todd Coronado.
And are you Mr. Barry?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Larry Everett Barry who was placed on community supervision in 2023 CR 3443 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram, on November 16, 2023 for a term of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor, violated condition number 41 on about the 24th day of July 2024 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant Mary Everett Barry within their comply with the rules and regulations of felony drug court violation condition number 41.
How do you plead to that?
True.
Who waive the remaining violated condition? Your Honor.
No objections, Your Honor. No objections, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition 41, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you to 16 months in the state jail facility and up to $2,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 41?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 41 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor, and we revoke the individual on community supervision before and then the line sentence to 180 days in state jail facility.
That is agreement, Your Honor.
Okay, and why should I give him the minimum?
He would like to address that.
All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Larry Everett Barry.
All right, so why are you deserving 180 days?
Due to the fact, like, I got medical condition. I just got out the hospital a couple weeks ago. They diagnosed me, said that I got bronchitis, fungus, lung cancer. Infection in my lungs. They did some autopsy. They did biopsy on my nose where you cut a piece of my skin off too. And it's like, I've been doing everything that you told me to do. I've been complying. I have been doing my classes. I've been reporting to my probation officer, but now they changed my probation officer to.
Well, no, because they're saying that you didn't comply with felony drug court rules. So what rules are they saying you didn't comply with?
Okay, the day that I went through, I was there at drug court. Sarah Fuentes asked my phone. She just did her home visit at my house. And she said, everything I was doing good. I did my community service like Judge Plea told me to do. I've been doing everything. I've been reporting to Center for Healthcare. They just came to see me again. I'm supposed to see some lady named Miss Betty. She said they could report to her when I get out. But my probation officer, she said, let me see your phone. I gave her my phone. And then she set it down when she said, I guess somebody must text my phone, ask to talk about some pills.
No. Let's back up. So what was in your phone?
She said something about some pills. That was it was all about. It wasn't no pictures, no nothing. It was a he say, she say thing. And then
What do you mean, he say, she say?
whatever they said is what they trying to think I'm out there doing something. That's what exactly was over with.
All right, so here's the thing. I've been an attorney in felony drug court before. So if they found something on your phone, they actually showed it to you. So did
No,
they
ain't show it to me. They came out and told me.
So you're telling me they didn't show you
No.
anything in your phone?
No.
So if they zoom in and want to testify, they're gonna say, we didn't show him his phone.
No, they didn't. They took my phone, went to the bank. The only person that came out and told me was some lady, Tammy told me. She said, yeah, somebody got some pills and they ain't showed me nothing was in my phone. At all. They put me in a jury box and they judged me and say, you're going to jail to further notice.
That just sounds very odd to me.
And they ain't showed me nothing they ain't showed me nothing in my phone.
All right, so here's my question. Do you want me to have someone from felony drug court zoom in? So we can see what's going on with this phone conversation or lack thereof?
You can, because
No, I mean, not I can. Is that what you all want?
Well, I believe he pled true to the fact that he did not complete felony drug court. And that's where we're at now. So,
So do you all want me to have someone zoom in from felony drug court to say, to talk about this phone thing? Since he brought it up under, his speaking to the court?
Sure.
Okay. All right, we'll have somebody from felony drug court zoom in.
I don't know. It was-
We're back on the record in 2023. CR 3443, State of Texas versus Larry Barry. All right. Defense, did you have a chance to speak with felony drug court?
Yeah, Your Honor.
Is there anything you wish to add?
I was just, excuse me, informing Mr. Barry that there were texts to his phone and then from him to whoever it was, that more than what he had alleged before or not acknowledged before. So he says, yeah, that was true. There were more texts than he had said.
All right, the court is going to grant the motion. The court is going to sentence you to, well, the most I can sentence you to is 16 months. The court is going to sentence you to 16 months in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. There's a $2,000 fine. Time and money will not run concurrent. All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
No.
You have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegation in the motion, not the fact that you are on community supervision. Do you understand? All right, because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
So I got 16 months or 6 months
16.
credit with, like,
I'm legally, I must give you credit for any time that you've already served, so you'll receive credit for that.
that way I get credit like the 80-20 or something, like.
Oh, what will end up happening is I'll receive something, and if I think you're deserving of that, then I will give it. If I don't think you're deserving of it, you will not receive it.
So this is like state jail or TDC.
Yeah, this is
State
state
jail.
jail time, and state jail time is day for day.
Oh.
All right, good luck to you. And he's saying that he has medical issues, so I'll,
Yes,
Dude, they got me.
he's
on-
got the, sure.
I just came from University Hospital. That's what they sent me to. They got me on medication for the next 3 months.
I'll put you therapeutic community with for medical. All right,
Yeah, I'm sorry I messed up. I mean, I take full responsibility though, plus I got a baby on the way.
but here's the thing, you came before me and you were not taking full responsibility. You were being dishonest with me.
No, I was doing everything you told me to do, man. I did. I was doing all.
Okay, so here's the thing. Let me ask you this.
They just,
Did I tell you to sell drugs? No, I did not.
but I wasn't selling.
That's what you
drugs.
were doing.
No, I wasn't.
So-
It was just
Don't-
what.
don't argue with
my phone. I wasn't selling no drugs.
All right, so that's the court sentence, and you had a chance to do well in felony drug court. That's a great program. But you chose other paths, so that's why you're going to the state jail facility now for 16 months. And if you do have a child on the way, I would suggest that you change your life so that you can be someone that your child can be proud of. You understand? All right, good luck to you.
So I'll be out like next year.
Your attorney will let you know. Thank you.
Like, you don't have excuse.
Yes, you may be excused.
And we keep it working like Oouchie the boss. We tryna catch up like we hit us a fault. We gotta win, ain't taking no loss.